Welcome to Government House Diary, the program that offers you a comprehensive and insightful look into the governance and development journey of Plateau State under the leadership of Governor Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang. Each episode takes you behind the scenes and the administrative work diligently to repair, rebuild, and restore the state, guided by the mandate.
Anchored on the pillars of peace, security, and good governance, economic rebirth, and infrastructural development, these programs highlight the progress being made to transform Plateau State for the better. We will take you through the projects, policies, and initiatives that are moving the state forward, along with exclusive interviews and community feedbacks.
My name is Anna Paul Gindri.
And I am Pamzi Gyang, your co-host.
Join us on this exciting journey as we showcase the state's commitment to lasting peace, enhanced security, economic revitalization, and modernization of infrastructure under the banner of the Time is Now administration. Plateau's future is unfolding, and you are part of the history.
May 29, 2023 saw the emergence of Caleb Mutfwang as the 6th executive governor of Plateau State, having contested alongside 16 others. With a clear mandate of leading the state to enviable heights, the governor embarked on a Green Revolution campaign. Assuming the mantle of leadership as the #1 citizen to lead the over 4 million people, Governor Mutfwang seems to be aware of what the task ahead is.
I will lead from the front, based on the principles of godliness, dependable character, and love for Plateau. We will insist on due process, accountability, transparency, equity, and the rule of law.
The governor rolled out a strategic development framework, a roadmap to the rebirth of the states, put together by setting up a formidable team led by Professor Ganir Lombin.
Good governance is the bedrock and prerequisite for social inclusiveness, social justice, peace, and public confidence in the political leadership.
The desire of the time is now to rebuild, to repair, restore, and to project Plateau. Pictorially described into 3 pillars: peace, security, and good governance. An economic rebirth. Let's move to infrastructural development.
To set the wheel of governance running, Governor Caleb Mutfwang understood the importance for key players to deepen their understanding of the vision and mission of the Time is Now administration.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
This took all appointees to an onboarding retreat.
It is about knowing who we are, where we were, where we want to go to.
Give the commissioners, the permanent secretaries, the enablement to key into the administration.
We're looking at Plateau from the benefit of hindsight, eyesight, and insight.
We want to move people from agriculture to agribusiness. Full achievement in bringing the rails back to Jos.
PRTV, the mouthpiece of the government. It is our duty to be like the go-between between the government and the people of Plateau State.
Sequel to the victory of Governor Caleb Mutfwang at the polls and the Supreme Court, the governor remained committed to fulfilling promises made to citizens during the electioneering period by providing the dividends of democracy through good governance. Although the administration was welcomed on board with a barrage of security breaches in Bakas, Mangu, Birkinladi, and Basa local government areas, the governor swiftly responded by ensuring the security of lives and property.
I have discussed at length with Mr. President, and there are many decisions we have taken, we have agreed upon, and I will not rest until those decisions are implemented. We will do everything to right the wrongs of the past and to make sure that people that are in immediate need, that they will bring them succor.
Mutfwang did not only seek security intervention, but moved further to reposition the Operation Rainbow with modalities that earns respect for the rule of law. That is why he signed into law various legal frameworks duly legislated by the State Assembly to prosecute terrorists, bandits, and their sponsors. Commissioner of Justice Philemon Daffy speak.
We decided on points of action that we are going to be involved as a sensible and responsible government, engaged in a lot of consultations with all the security agencies in the state to foster the prosperity and the peace of our people.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang, during his first year in office, also assented to the inauguration of a resettlement committee with a mandate to ensure the successful return of internally displaced persons affected by various crises in some parts of the state to their homes.
Let me state this clearly, that none of these committees is intended to witch hunt anyone. That is why you would notice that we have gone by partisan, members of APC or Labour Party, all because we think and we are persuaded that the interests of Plateau State should override any sectional interest.
Mutfwang's desire to transform the state into an industrialized society for economic growth and stability led to the signing into law the Electricity Bill rights to establish an energy corporation, as well as for the creation and administration of the Plateau electricity market.
Do solemnly swear
that I will be faithful
and
bear true allegiance
to
the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as the governor of Plateau State, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability.
Have you join us on the interview segment of Government House Bere. On this segment, we have a renowned journalist. He is Gyang Bere. Gyang Bere is the Director of Press and Public Affairs to Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State. This personality has several years of experience in journalism, reporting issues that has to do with governance, security, the economy, and humanity. And we will talk about unveiling some of the issues or some of the activities and programs of Governor Caleb Mutfwang. And we believe that Gyang Bere will do justice to give us an overview of how far this government has thrived over the past 18 months. It's good to have you join us today on this segment.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to have you here.
All right, it's good to have you here, and it's good to have you, our viewer, watching this episode. It is an epoch episode for all of us, and I'll be happy to anchor this segment with no other than Pamzi Jamal.
And we will be training you with lots of factual information for your viewing delights. And these informations are for the transformation of the state. I am Pamzi Jamal. By the way, how are you settling in with your new title?
Well, we are coping up, and it will interest you to know that the Senate of the National State University, KEFI, met a few days ago, exactly on Monday, and I want to confirm to you that I have been duly confirmed as the title you know.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations on
Yes.
that. We're so glad to have a doctor. The administration of Governor Caleb Mutfwang is centered on the motto to repair, to restore, and to rebuild in all encompassing the activities of governance on the plateau. So let's have an overview. How will you highlight the 3 achievements of Caleb Mutfwang's administration?
Let me start with a sincere appreciation from to the people of Plateau State for giving the governor the mandate to drive developmental activities within the state. It has not been easy, but you can't have a government or a governor without the people. And so the people are our cornerstone. He is driven by what the people of Plateau State want. Before his coming into government, his blueprint, his campaign blueprint was well researched, was well documented, and it was also anchored on what the people of Plateau State duly want. You will know that from the day he was announced as the duly elected governor of Plateau State, all of us were in the state. We saw the kind of jubilation that was cut across the 17 local government areas of Plateau State. People were angling for a leader that would provide leadership. And the governor of Plateau State promised the people of Plateau State leadership. And by the special grace of God, he is matching his words with action. Before his inauguration, we know the kind of security situation, security issues that came up within the state, particularly in his own local government area of Mangu and the deputy governor's local government area in Riom. He swift into action, collaborated with people that has security knowledge within and outside the state to ensure that there is calmness within the state. So I would want to tell you that the governor came. He came with a leadership filled with transparency. He came with a leadership that has to do with accountability. He came to give a leadership with inclusiveness. And if you look at his trajectory from the beginning of his administration, you will understand that he is coming with a mindset of rebuilding Plateau State. He's coming with a mindset of ensuring prosperity in Plateau State. He's coming with a mindset of trying to ensure that the plateau that we know in the early 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, that people across the globe were eager of coming to Plateau State for one business or the other, for tourism and for other activities, that kind of a state is restored back. And that is the reason why we have what we call rebuilding Plateau State. Now, looking at it from sectorially, taking at the issue of security, we are all aware of the fact that when the government came on board, there were several security challenges across several parts of the state, and you cannot have a smooth governance without peace. And so peace and security became the cornerstone of his administration. And people who were displaced several years from their ancestral homes, they needed hope, they needed confidence, they needed the trust of government. And that is why the second day of his administration, he moved into IDP camps. He went to Riom local government area to build hope on the people, to reassure the people that his government is going to be inclusive, his government is going to be driven by the plight of the people of Plateau State, and his government has come to restore security and then ensure that the people prosper in whatever they do. And that step he took, he followed it by moving to Nema to supply relief materials. When you are talking about issues of security, you cannot sit down in Plateau State and be crying that people are attacked, people are killed, this is done, this is that. You need to move out. Security is all about collaboration. There are people that have the expertise. There are people that control what happens within the security sector. So he moved around and ensured that all the security chiefs within the nation are visited, and then they are also told the story the true story and the true position of what is happening in Plateau State. When that was done, we saw the presence of security in Plateau State, and that gave birth to the current peace that we are having today.
This is taking us to the second question, and it seems you're very elaborate. You're really elaborate with the activities of the government.
Thank you. He has given us insight on the security aspects of the governor. So talking of security now, after giving attention to security comes prosperity. How has the government, in concrete terms, what has it done to attract investment to Plateau?
Now, investment, tourism, agriculture are key economic drivers that the government of Plateau State is pursuing. So this government came on board to change the narratives of Plateau State, create an enabling environment for investors to come to Plateau State, and also guarantee whatsoever they are coming to invest on the plateau will be secure. And that is why we are gaining a lot of his visit, and then his interaction and engagement with people within and outside the country is yielding result. Now, we have an investment. We have investors who have indicated interest in revamping the famous Hill Station Hotel that we have. An MOU has been signed. Work will soon commence on site.
It's going to generate revenue for the state. Two, it will add to the tourism potentials that the state is known for.
Three, it is going to boost the economic potentials of the state, and it is going to also add to the revenue base of the state. It will also interest you to know that the Plateau Hotel has also been abandoned. But the good news here is that the government, under the leadership of Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, has also secured investors who are coming to also revamp the Plateau Hotel. We have also secured the consent of investors who are going to build an international hospital in Basa local government, the Beaumont Hospital in Basa local government area. And if that is also done, the concept here is that the weather of Plateau State is healing. People who are sick, when you get to Plateau State, before you even go into your medication, you will begin to receive some kind of healings because of the weather that God has blessed us with. So we have also secured an investment, to revamp the Bark Farm. The Bark Farm is on the pipeline. We've signed MOU, and this is also part of how we can generate some level of employment for the people. We're looking forward to how we can also revamp the abattoir that we have here.
Thank you for that contribution, and we certainly believe that these instances of investment that Governor Caleb Mutfwang is trying to establish on the plateau will go deep down to the grassroots level, creating employment, engaging the youth to curb crime, and also empower the women. But can you be specific in this past 18 months? Are there particular social programs or economic activities that Governor Caleb Mutfwang's government has unraveled to engage youth and women?
Well, there are programs that are domiciled in the Ministry of Women Affairs. There are programs that are domiciled in the Ministry of Youth Development. There are programs that are also domiciled in the Agricultural Ministry. If you recall, some few months back, over 300 young, energetic youths from Plateau State were taken for agricultural training, where we could also have value addition to whatever agri-products that we have on the plateau. They were trained in Kefi, and I can assure you that they were also equipped with the requisite knowledge on how they can strive on their own. Some are into fish farming, some are into poultry, some are into so many kind of things that can add value to themselves and add value to the economy of the people of Plateau State. There are also social welfare that the government has also introduced. Then people are empowered, given some startup pack and some economic incentive, to boost their businesses. And the government is also working on how we can build community markets around the communities that we have within the state. And that, in a nutshell, what the government is trying to do here is that we are trying to look at how we can harmonize people that have similar business ideas, provide facilities for them, provide certain facilities that can upgrade their businesses. And so those are some of the things we are trying to do to rebuild the economic base of Plateau State, to ensure that the people do not just tilt towards white-collar job.
When you were talking about investment, I was waiting to hear whether the just international bureaus will be part of it. But that's just by the way. You've been mentioning transparency. What has the government done to ensure that there's transparency in this governance?
Well, one thing that the government has done to ensure transparency is every project that the government want to execute, bidding is very, very key. And then transparency also has to do with the kind of resources that you have actually have in your disposal. How do you use these resources? How do you let people also know that these resources have come in and this is what you're actually doing with them? So the government has taken transparency as one of the cornerstones of the administration. And that is why anything that the government of Plateau State is doing is open to the bare floor. People can go, people can access, and then we have an office that has to do with that encourages transparency. You can go in there and you access whatever the government is actually doing. You can also look at how the state is also growing in terms of economic prospect.
What are some of the challenges you face while executing some of these policies and programs? And you also tell us, where do you see this administration in the next?
Now, one thing I want us to know, that this government came on board. If you look at in the area of infrastructure, you will understand that there are roads that were constructed over 40 years, over 50 years ago in Plateau State that were never visited. But I can tell you that this government has visited most of those roads. And if you talk about challenges, there are challenges that has to do with issues of resources. Everybody, people are calling from all communities across the state. We've seen what the government is doing. We are happy. We also have our own challenges in our own localities. Come and take charge of this road. Come and build this culvert. Come and build this primary school. Come and do this hospital. But I can assure you that the government will visit every community in accordance with the resources that we have available to us.
Okay, just for clarity, some of the citizens don't really know some of those roads peradventure they've not gone through. Can you just mention a few for their understanding?
When this government came on board, you understand even the hill station road from Plateau Hospital to hill station roundabout. Go into the Bauchi Road axis, go to Masalatin Juma Maternity Junction, go to Gadabu axis, go to Alheri, go to so many places, go to even the Open University along building materials axis. There are a lot of things that have been done. That there is a gigantic project that is going on at the central zone. Go to Mangu, go to Ampang, you will notice that there are roads that are coming up in those areas. And I want you to also know that even as the rainy season is easing out, government is coming up with a lot of projects across local communities within the 17 local government areas.
The metro buses are doing remarkably well on the road.
You see, time will not permit us to even talk about the achievement of the government. You see, these metro buses, they are like, it's like a vision. Like I said, this government came with a vision. And the metro buses are part of the vision of the government. We are looking forward to how we can also add those buses. I think that's what that's where you're going to.
Before we go,
Very soon as we have resources, those buses are going to be, added. We are looking at how we can also have those buses even within the rural community, that you can drive into the state, into the local government headquarters, and look at our train, our rail line. It's moving. It's moving, and people are happy. By the special grace of God, this government has come to build the confidence of the people of Plateau State, to build the trust of the people of Plateau State, and to raise the hope of the people of Plateau State. Create the enabling environment for the people of Plateau State to carry out their businesses. The essence of life is for people to be happy. Sure. We are ready. We are willing. The government under the leadership of Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang is ready to make the people of Plateau State happy.
Thank you so much for obliging to show on this program.
It is my pleasure to have you. We'll be collaborating subsequently. Thank you.
That is it for these episodes of Government House Diary, where we bring you closer to the transformative efforts of Governor Caleb Mutfwang's administration in Plateau State through the pillars of peace, security, and good governance, economic rebirth, and infrastructural development. The state is on a journey of renewal and progress.
Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the time is now to be part of Plateau's transformation. Join us next week to continue to track the milestones, share the stories, and spotlight the people driving the state forward. Until next time when we engage you, stay proud of Plateau State. My name is Anna Paul Gindri.
And I am Pamzi Gyang. Stay glued to your TV for next episodes.
Have a good day.